All right. Hey, welcome everybody. What day is today? Today's the 25th of January, 2024. That means that, Jason, 1/12th of the year is over already. And I hate
That's
to
when
even
the
think
word
about it.
goes.
I hate to even think about it like that, but it's still the beginning of 2024, which could be the best year of your life. Welcome to our, I'm going to call it a all Africa Zoom, but you may be watching from somewhere else. I don't know. But the main thing you need to think about here is, what the heck am I doing here, and who invited you, and or if you stumbled upon this online,
Yeah.
or
Why am I watching this? Yeah.
I'm not sure, why you're watching this, but if you were invited by somebody, you might want to thank them now. All right, because this is potentially a life-changing opportunity for you, and we're excited that you're here. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself here in a couple of minutes. Before I do that, though, I'm going to hand this over to my good friend Jason Meisner in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida. Go ahead, Jason.
Oh man, and that's an absolute fact this week. Oh, this is exactly why we moved here. It is beautiful.
Oh, it's horrible
And,
here. It's
yeah,
horrible.
just I gathered that from your post.
Oh,
And I'll even expound a little bit on what Mitch said there about 2024. I'm just here to tell you, 2024 is going to be the year of MPGXtreme, and you can say, yeah, I probably have a little bit of insider info on that, and you're just gonna have to trust me. I don't know, maybe if you're watching this on YouTube, you have no reason to trust me, but maybe you watch this a year down the road and go, you know what, that guy was onto something. All right, so your ticket to financial freedom, is that it's your question, and how are you going to get there? Well, again, I absolutely believe that MPGXtreme, especially this year, you're going to see some serious traction obtained by this company. So a little bit about me. I came here not looking at all. I was not looking for a network marketing company. I was not looking for an MLM opportunity. I was not looking for any of that. It was not on my radar at all whatsoever. And, your story may be similar to mine in the sense that you just have not maybe had the best of luck with some of these companies. And it's not so much that the structure doesn't make sense or how the payout works. It's really the company that you got involved with, the leadership that was in place and how they manage the company, et cetera, et cetera. So you probably can infer at that point that I believe we have a lot of that in place. And I think I'm right. I mean, I've been vindicated since we've been around for 18 months now, and it just keeps getting better and better. And this is a really good reason why. Okay, so we've got our CEOs, Randy and Kathy Tynert, 20 years experience in a company called Revive, where they were running that company out of an 18,000 square foot office, shipping, and manufacturing facility. And they've always kept this extra space next to them for room to grow. And I think they're going to be glad that they kept that space, because I think we're going to need it. So physical location implies this is not a cloud company, and it absolutely is not. So we have real people employed, customer service staff. They're called cross trained. They do different things in the manufacturing facility. But so you call there, you get an actual live person. This isn't something where you got to email somebody and then hope that somebody in Malaysia gets a hold of you later when you're sleeping. Okay, doesn't work that way. You could call there during their opening hours, and if they don't answer, you can leave a message and they'll call you back. Okay, so we have a lot of high quality products and services there, as our friends in Africa are about to find out. So why MPG and why now? Well, like I explained, I believe it is the right company with the right people at the right time with the right products, which ironically have a killer track record, which you're going to see here in a little bit. So as I implied earlier, been around for 18 months. And that also kind of tells you we should have some first year numbers, right? And we do. So we got 6.5 million our first year, when 95% of these companies hit the road. They go right out of business. And, the timing, I think, is real critical here. Is like, it says right there, right time. Well, right down here by that red arrow, you can see there by Mitch's cursor, that is where you're at. Now, with the history of this company, the history of the product, we know where this is going to go, and I'll get into that in a little bit, but you entering in at the beginning is where you want to be. Now, normally, like where I've joined these companies has been where up here where it says stability. Okay. It doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad time to join. You can still make some money and everything, but all the people in the course of history that got these companies off the ground, yeah, you might take some lumps, all right, for sure. But your position down the road, if you stay at it, you're going to ride this all the way up. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're willing to dedicate some time with us, spend a few years with us, you're going to reap the rewards. Okay. And I don't think we're that far out. So as you can see here on the right-hand side, you're going to see, we're focusing on Africa today. You can see Botswana, Ghana, right? Mozambique, Nigeria, Uganda, Zambia, South Africa. You're going to see Rwanda, Kenya, and I believe Tanzania here pretty quick. So who do you know in those countries, you guys? I mean, this thing is kicking off and it's gonna go fast. How about India? Is that a big enough market for you? It's a huge market. It's in process right now, and it will be opening in 2024. Don't know exactly when, but it ain't going to be that far off. We've got MPG country coordinators. Joel in Nigeria, I've already interacted with him multiple times. Chris in Ghana. We did just add somebody in Uganda, but that's in process. It should know a little bit more here in about 15 days. Rebecca, Joel, and Andrea. So we have 2 Joels, but one's in the Philippines, one is in Nigeria. So I don't want you to think that, because we do have what I call the big 3, and you're going to see 2 on here. But you're supported by a plethora of other products, and we're going to continue adding to them. Okay. So you look on the left, we have health and wellness. Okay. So we've got greens, liquid vitamins, soaps, CBDs, and weight management, type of products in there. Here's your healthy soaps there with the healthy home. So, and that's going to be for your laundry and for your personal care. The X caps is the product that we're leading with. This is our flagship. So this is how we know where we're going, because this is a been there, done that product, along with the crumbs that are basically for higher end and minis for the lower end. And our healthy products, are going to be along the lines of the coffees. That's going to help you with your weight management, blood sugar, etc. But we can get into that in a little bit here after we watch our flagship video for our flagship product.
If it plays.
It plays all the time. It's just a little slow.
love it. I'm pumped up now.
Everybody, I didn't see everybody on the screen, but I promise you they're bobbing their head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So back to our showcase product here. This product has a nice track record, also was in a different MLM from 2006 to 2008, and it just ran crazy. 220 countries and territories. And our now master distributors were part of that team. And it was like 350 million in that really short period of time in sales. And I mean, that's just, we know where we're going, everybody. So we got a 35-year track record, millions sold globally, as I just kind of told you. This time we have an exclusive. This is, you can only find it here. There are knockoffs, but they are not the original. Find one with a 35-year track record because it ain't out there. There's lots of them with less than that, and they ain't as good. Okay. EPA registered. We have a global liability insurance policy. If you're afraid to put it in your vehicle, I would think that you could see the 35-year track record and how much it did while it was in another MLM. I think that should ease your concerns about putting it in your tank and its efficacy, because the product just flat out works, because people don't use products that don't work. They're not going to have a 35-year track record if they don't work. And as far as the global insurance policy, Mitch, I don't think have you ever heard of a claim put on it from now or even back then?
Nope.
Exactly.
Not a single. I
Yeah.
don't think there's been a single claim in all these years. So
yeah. So again, just you can use this product with confidence, you guys. And it's made right here in the USA. So when you think about this globally, think about it, right? Who uses gas or diesel? Because you use the same tab for gas and diesel. So the applications are cars, trucks, motorcycles, KKs, tuk-tuks, ATVs, especially throughout Africa. You're talking generators, boats, scooters, heavy equipment, from excavators to dump trucks to over-the-road trucks for delivery, tractors for farming, any type of lawn equipment. If you have a big engine or a small engine, we've got a product for you. So how about coffee and weight loss industry? I mean, who do you know that drinks coffee? Who do you know that would like to lose a few pounds? I mean, literally, it's $170 billion industry, you guys, and we're tapping into it. And our product right here, Slim Core Java, has been an absolute wonderful development for this company. It was not part of our original launch. It's something that we acquired. And we've got people that literally, they're changing their lives. So coffee is the second most consumed beverage in the world next to water. Will help you manage your weight. Absolutely one of the first things you'll notice is it crushes your cravings for food, and especially junk food. Improves your focus, increases your energy. It tastes and actually smells like coffee. I'm sure Mitch will touch on that. He needs good coffee, and he actually likes this one compared to some others that he's using.
The other stuff, in our previous company, we had a great coffee that actually worked pretty good, but it tasted horrible. I would have to tell people, they're like, well, I want to lose weight, but I don't drink coffee. And I'd be like, I really don't care. Just chug it down. I was chugging it down.
It tastes like somebody already burnt it, but it's good.
It's good.
Effective. So yeah, you guys just use it with your creamer and your normal sweetener, and you're going to have a cup of coffee that actually impacts you more than just coffee itself. So who do you know that drinks coffee worldwide? Think about it, right? Big. So Extreme Travel AI, this is the third in what I call the big three. It's patented AI technology. It's the first of its type in the industry. Lowest prices in seconds. And you get to choose which one you want to use. Global hotels and resorts up to 75% off. It will make other site and search engines obsolete. It'll be the last booking site you'll ever use. And it isn't just about getting the cheaper rates. I mean, of course, it's a big deal. But like for me, sometimes I just want access. If I want to go to a show, I want a hotel that's right across the street. If I go to a big car show like at the Daytona Speedway, I want to stay in a hotel right across the street. I don't even want to pay for parking. I just want to walk. And I was able to do that last November when other travel search engines were telling me it was sold out. I got in through Onriva. So who do you know that would like to travel and save some money? So we have real non-opinion products and testimonies. And Mitch, who should we bring out?
Well, it's always fun to hear from Mr. Wallace. Jim Wallace started looking he's looking a little bit like 007. I don't know. He's got the thing going there.
Yeah, no, initially it was Magnum PI.
Magnum PI. You
But
have any
after
Grey?
that, yeah, he evolved into something.
Now, some of you aren't going to get
Something
this,
else.
but do you have any Grey Poupon? Never mind. Forget it. So, hey, Jim, Jim, why don't you share a little bit about either, whichever product you want to share about? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I started using the X Cap a little over a year and a half ago. I have a 21 Chevy Corvette, and I was getting about 19 miles to the gallon. And my good buddy Mitch up there said, "Hey, I have this fuel tab that'll increase your fuel economy." And I was like, "All right, I'll give it a shot." I was a little leery to use it because I'm, driving a $115,000 car. But I was like, "Yeah, I'll go ahead and give her a try." So my car was pretty much brand new, so there wasn't any buildup in the engine or anything yet. So I dropped the first tab in there, and I drove like 90 miles up the bypass and back, and my fuel economy went from 19 to 28 miles to the gallon. I was totally blown away. I'm like, nah, this can't be. So I did another trip. We went to Dallas, and going to Dallas, Texas, it's a 5-hour trip, and I was actually getting 32.5 miles to the gallon going to Dallas. And I was just totally blown away. And ever since, I've been using it, and I've saved thousands of dollars in fuel, and it's a great product. And back to you.
All right. Who you want to go to next, Jason? You pick.
If she's available, I'd love to hear from UK. Give us a coffee testimonial, UK.
All right, let me see if I can get her unmuted here. Where is she? Oh, there she is. All right, UK, if you can unmute, see if you can join us here. If not, we just understand you're in a spot where you can unmute. Oh.
Sorry, I can't right now. I'm multitasking with my grandkids.
All right. Well, we surprised you today.
Yeah,
welcome. We're glad you're here. And if you don't mind sharing a little bit, whatever you want to talk about for a minute or two. Go ahead. Uh-oh. It's funny. I think her grandchild might have stepped on the phone or something. You see that? Hang on.
Well, traveling, you never know.
Yeah, well, hang on. I just try to get her unmuted again.
Yeah, I see her there.
Yeah, if not, maybe we can go to Marcia. If Marcia can unmute, she's got a good story about the fuel tabs as well. Marcia, are you able to unmute while we see if we can get UK unmuted? Marcia? Jim? Well, Jim could just keep talking.
Well, we also have Dee Dee on here.
Okay.
Dee Dee, I think, would be ready to go with a really cool. She's got a
hang on. Let me unmute Dee Dee. Just a minute or two, Dee Dee. Let me see if we can get you unmuted. There you are.
Hey.
Surprise.
Yes, I'm Dee Dee Figueroa. I am in Delaware, and I own a 2014 Mini. It is a European car. It typically uses premium fuel, which makes me very sad. But the good news is that ever since I started using the trial pack of our premium X caps, I am delighted to report that going from a car that was rated by 383 miles with proper maintenance, I was getting about 410 miles. Now with the gas caps on my third cap, I'm able to get in excess of 600 miles. I'm averaging about 620 miles per tank. And that's incredible. I mean, it is. I know that the company guarantees between 8 to 12%. This is above that. And that is my personal testimony. You guys, unbelievable. I also will give you my very, very slight testimonial with the coffee. I don't drink coffee per se, but I am taking the caps, and I can tell you it is a difference because I am a quote unquote bored eater. I'll eat when I'm bored or when I'm sort of busy, and I don't get those cravings anymore. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to help me moving forward. So you guys will have the coffee very soon too. And it's just such an incredible product. Everything that we have is amazing. So back to you, Mitch. This is just great.
She says she's a bored eater. I appreciate that, Dee Dee. I'm a row eater. You know what that is, Dee Dee? She's
All
unmuted. She's
the-
muted.
all the-
You
all the
got to eat
rows
the
in the
whole
cookie
row
box?
of cookies. That's
Yeah.
right, the whole row. You don't need just
I'm
one
gonna say,
cookie.
it's either crackers or cookie. I know what's coming.
All
So,
right, Jason.
so obviously, we know that you guys are here to hear about the income. I mean, obviously, you also need to know that the products work. So it wouldn't matter if we had a good income opportunity if the products didn't work. So good news, we actually have a really, really good income opportunity. And we're going to bring Mitch back out and have him go over the income opportunity before handing it off to our special guests. So Mitch, come back out, take it away.
All right. Hey, welcome everybody. Appreciate you being here. Jason, thanks for the amazing overview on the products and company. And I'm just glad to be here. You know, I found out about this myself in the very beginning as a pioneer. And I'm just going to tell you, we're all still pioneers. We're pioneers. You're a pioneer. I'm a pioneer. And being a pioneer, is it easy? Here, Jim's got his camera on. So I'm just going to call Jim to give me thumbs up or thumbs down. Is it easy or hard to be a pioneer? It's hard. It's not easy. I don't know. It's hard. It's not easy to be a pioneer. So I just want everybody to understand you're in the right place at the right time. And, you know, I found out about this in the beginning. He couldn't, Mike, my friend Mike Renz called, couldn't tell me what it was. Isn't that the craziest thing? Can you imagine, Jason, can you imagine? Well, you actually could imagine because it happened to you too.
It did. It was the same
call,
thing.
and it's like, unlike Jim Wallace, who got to know what it was like, hey, you know, I got this thing and it's coming and it's going to be amazing. And these are the people involved. Well, what is the thing? Well, I can't tell you what the thing is. I'm like, okay, I'm in. You see, that's what you should do. You trust your friend that's trying to tell you about an amazing opportunity here. Okay. Well, anyway, since then, been using the product. I'm saving about, I don't know, $12 now on a tank of gas for a $2 tablet. You can do the same thing. You know, I've actually dropped some weight with the coffee, with the tabs, with the slim core caps as well. It's a great product. These are products and services that entire companies have been built on. Just the travel, entire companies have been built on. One product as good as that, the slim core cap, entire companies have been built on. The coffee, entire companies have been built on. The X Caps fuel saving tablet, entire company was built off of that product. These are amazing products. Okay, so what does that mean for you? You're probably like, so what? Well, I hope not. But what does that mean for you? It means an amazing income opportunity should you choose to do it. See, that's the thing right there. Are you going to choose to do it? Or are you just going to sit back and wait for your best friend to call you in a month or 6 months from now and say, you know, I just came across this amazing opportunity called MPGXtreme. And you're going to be like, well, and you know, you heard about it before he did. But it's going to come around at some point. Right now, we're all pioneers. It's unlikely that everybody you know has heard about it. So that gives you an advantage in business. Don't you agree? And like Jason said, there's some copycats out there. There's some stuff out there that claims to do the same thing. You know, they're either messy liquids that smell bad that cost twice as much, or they just flat don't work. You know, that's okay. They can try to copy us or whatever. We don't care. Okay. And every now and then I get one of these texts. Oh my God, there's competition. There's somebody selling some kind of something. And it's like, so what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So anyway, we have this great income opportunity. Bottom line is, on this income disclosure right here, is if you do nothing, you're going to make nothing. I mean, it's just that simple. There's no guarantees of income. There's no guarantees in life. It is what you make of it. And if you decide to get busy and help spread the word, I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. But, you know, you have the opportunity to literally be one of the top leaders in the company, maybe even the top leader in the company if you do it right. Okay, I'm just saying. So Zig Ziglar here, my good friend. I like to think of Zig as my good friend from years ago, but you know, he says money isn't the most important thing in life, but it's reasonably close to oxygen on the gotta have it scale. Isn't that the truth? I mean, you kind of gotta have money, otherwise, you know, it gets very uncomfortable. And a lot of people are uncomfortable right now. Maybe you're uncomfortable. Kind of sucks. I mean, that's an American term, I guess, but it's bad, right? We're all many people are uncomfortable. Too much debt, not enough money, lack of savings, stressed out, time broke. Why? Because you're working, Jason, I heard this the other day. You don't have to respond if you don't want, but I heard that it's costing the average American family $11,000 a year more just to maintain the same lifestyle they had a couple of years ago. 3 years ago, I wasn't going to say that, but yes, 3 years ago, which coincides with something else, obviously. But, it's just, it's not good. And it's not good all around the world. I do realize in some countries, Nigeria being one of them, some countries it is worse because the government isn't doing you any favors in your country with the currency and so on and so on. But people are generally unhappy. They don't have a retirement plan. They have no additional source of income. And most people are going to die in poverty. And, I don't know why people just don't pull themselves up by the bootstraps and do something to improve the situation. So we have this thing called leveraged income. We also have residual income. We're going to touch on that too. But what is leveraged income? It's leveraging the efforts of other people. Right now, let's say you have a JOB, right? You know what JOB stands for, by the way? Just over broke. And that's okay. We all got to do that, right? But so what happens if you're the main income earner and you only have one income and something happens to you, what happens to your family? Bad news, right? Bad news. But let's say you got 100 people on your team and you're leveraging those people's efforts. Okay, let's say, we start with 2 and that turns to 10 and 10 turns to 100. And all these people are spending, say, 20 hours a week. That's 2,000 hours that you can be getting paid on. So you're not entirely dependent on your efforts. That's leveraged income. I'd rather make 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Why is that? Again, makes sense. That's what the richest people in the world do. Their income isn't determined by whether or not they show up anymore. I mean, they've got all these people and all these companies working, making them money. That's just the way big business works. You also have this thing called residual income. That's reoccurring income, all right? And it's income that you can continue to earn based on efforts that you put forth in the beginning, but you got to get the ball rolling, and it's not easy, right? Being a pioneer, okay? And the income is based off the sale of products and repeat sales of products in the future. Like Jason said, got to have a good product, got to have a product that works. We happen to have 3 amazing, well, actually, we got lots of amazing products, okay? And so this is the reason why consumable products are the most effective in network marketing. I'm not aware of any single crypto deal that went long-term, investment deal that went long-term. I'm not aware of any one. Jason, I'm going to unmute you. Are you aware of anything that actually went long-term?
Nothing, and including the ones that actually went a couple years, they got shut down too.
Yeah, they get shut down by the government, or they steal everybody's money and walk away, run away. They open up these offices in places like Lagos, Nigeria. A lot of times they're Malaysian companies, Chinese companies, and they know what to do. They go in there and they open a fancy office and they take everybody's money, and then a year later they're gone with your money. It's the way it works. And it's unfortunate because we don't operate that way. So as an example, if you were given the choice to receive $1 million today or the result of a penny doubled every day for 30 days, which one would you choose? Now, most of you, if I ask you that question, they're going to be, I'll take the $1 million. Okay. I've asked this question many times. One of these days, what we need to do is we need to convert this chart for some of the other currencies, right? Because 1 cent, I don't know what that is in Naira, but it's got to be 0.001, I think. 2 O's. Yeah. And so, but anyway, if you can imagine, this is what happens when your team grows. Now, we're assuming that people are consuming product. People are selling product. The public's buying product. Product is moving, right? All right. This is kind of how it grows. On the first day, if you chose the $1 million, you have to think about this. On the first day, your value is what? 1 cent. 10 days in, you've only got $5.12. Wow. I bet you're kicking yourself in the rear at that point, huh? 14 days, $81.92. But look at day 21. You're still way short. And you're 2/3 of the way through the month. But look at day 28. $1,342,177.28. Jason, can you convert that over to Naira? That'd be kind of cool. I haven't done it, but let's do it. And then the next day would be $2,684,354, and then the 30th day would have been $5,368,709. This is just an illustration. So Jason, what is that number, if you don't mind? Just let's use Naira as an example. It's $1,744,000,000 Naira. Yeah. Okay. So we're okay. The reason I asked that is because we're talking about a lot of money. I think we talk in dollars a lot of times here, and people in different countries are like, oh, well, whatever, not thinking about this. But there's a reason why people get so excited about network marketing. You know, you ever wonder, you probably think your friend is crazy. She's selling some kind of a, I don't know, thigh cream or something. We saw that, some of the thigh cream or God only knows what. And she's all excited, makeup or whatever. And you're thinking, what in the world is she so crazy about this stuff for? It's because she got a glimpse, or he got a glimpse of the kind of money that is made in network marketing. Once you see that and understand how that happened, and then make it happen a little bit for yourself, where you get some of that residual income, some of that, leveraged income, you're ruined for life, because it's like, oh my God, this is way better. You go to bed, you wake up in the morning, you got more money than when you went to bed, right? So we've got different ways to make money here. I'm going to bring Mike up here in a couple of minutes, but we've got retail sales profit. This is a highly retailable product. Okay, all of our products are highly retailable. What does that mean? You can sell them for more than you paid for them, and you get to make the difference. Okay, very simple. You also get a website. People buy on your website. It's part of the $10 up front that it costs to get you started. Okay, right now it's $10 for you, but you get a website. People order on the website. Guess what happens? You get paid. And that person may be in America, maybe in Canada, maybe in one of these other countries. You have an international business once you get started with our company. So you get the online sales commissions. We got unlimited upfront bonuses. Basically, you're going to make between $20 and $80. Okay, when somebody comes in. Let's say I was to talk with, Rose. I see Rose on here. Well, let's say I was to talk with Rose. Rose got started. She got one of the packages, got herself a little bit of pride to get started. I'm going to make that upfront money between $20 and $80. So that's unlimited. You could do that as many times as you want. Team commissions up to $30,000 per week. Okay, now how does that work? Well, remember we were talking about the residual income and the leveraged income. The team grows. But you got to keep moving to find a few people that will help you grow the team. And once that happens, once you get some crazy people in there like Jason, God only knows. You never know what's going to happen, right? I see other leaders on here too. Other crazy people. Jason, there's more crazy people than just you and me in the world. Unbelievable. So anyway, you got these team commissions. The team grows whenever a certain amount of business happens. It spits out $20. Now that's whether you did it, they did it. It came from a sales or whatever within the team. When 100 points happen on one side and the other, it's a 2-team structure. You don't have to worry about that right now. But basically, when that happens, let's say you got 300 people on one side and 100 people on the other side, and a lot of the people are ordering, selling, consuming products. That's how the points grow, and then you get paid. Does that make sense? Don't keep this a secret, in other words. It can pay very, very good. This is a schedule about those upfront monies, if you will, when people get started. This talks a little bit about the retail and customer bonuses. Not going to go too far into that. The diamond bonus pool, once you hit the rank of diamond, you start getting extra money. Everybody good with extra money? I'm good with extra money. And that diamond bonus pool shares is 3% of the global CV, which is commissionable volume. Every month it gets doled out to the diamonds and above. Pretty cool, right? We also have these matching bonuses. I love the matching bonus. So let's say that, I don't know, you bring on somebody frontline to you and they make $10. Okay, let's say they make $10. Guess what? That's an extra $2 for you. They made 10, you make 2. But what if they made 1,000? That's an extra 200 for you. Because this pays 7 levels, if you will, up to 20. It's 20, 20, 10, 10, 10, 5, 5. Okay, it doesn't start out that way, but you can grow to that. Okay, that starts out at 10%, and it's 20, and then it is, you can see here. Okay, but it's amazing, really, because if I was to bring in Jason, Jason brought in Jim, Jim brought in UK brought in Dee Dee, that would be 4th level down to me. If I was, I don't know, at the Ruby level here, that would be 10%. So even though I didn't know 3 of those people, I love them. I love you, Dee Dee, right? Dee Dee winds up on my 4th level. That's amazing. You can get paid for all of that. So the bottom line is this. There's a lot of money to be made. Okay, and I hope I was able to impart a little bit about, why your crazy friend is so crazy about the thigh cream or the makeup. It's because they understand what this can grow into. They maybe even had a taste of residual or leveraged income. So with that being said, I'm going to ask Mr. Mike Renz to unmute and turn his camera on. Where are you at, Mike?
I'm here, Mitch.
Oh, there he is. So before I talk about getting started, we've been having a little fun today. What would you add to whatever we said?
Well, first and foremost, welcome everybody. And if you're viewing this online, get back to who invited you. But as a double diamond in the company, it's the first time we ever had to pioneer something, and it's way different than joining. You could join this company in 2 years from today and have an amazing opportunity from those who went before you. But there's a lot to be said about being early, being a part of the movement that takes us to that next level. And, when we talked about check match here, twice in my career, I've been in the industry 16 years. I've been full-time for the last 8 years, which means freedom. Twice in my career, I know of people that have had somebody 1st or 2nd, 3rd level in their organization that outworked them. And Andy and Nancy are one of them. Kimberly was in their downline. They got a 10% match from somebody they didn't know that had made a $10,000 monthly check, even though they really didn't do a lot, but they had their 12 people in the business. The matching bonuses here are extremely strong. And so, for example, if you were a Royal Diamond and you maxed out at $20,000 a week, the projected number for the check matching at 20, 20, 10, 10, 10 was $73,000. And I know these numbers are outrageous, but let's go at 2,000 a week. Your check matching bonus could easily be more than that. And that's very rare in the industry. This 2-team system, one left, one right, is different than every other 2-team system you may have looked at, because we're only 100 points left, 100 points right. A lot of the 2-team systems are 600, 300, 500, 500, or you go over into a unilevel, which is 5 legs or 10 legs. And now everybody's in competition. There's a lot of synergy in a 2-team system. And I just stress this to everybody here on the Zoom today and in Africa. I went through this on the training last night. If you have a cell phone or a computer, you are networking already. You're communicating with people, and that's all we do. And when people say, I don't know anybody, or I don't know how to do this, you've already shared a pizza with somebody. You already shared a great movie with somebody. You already recommended a place to get your vehicle serviced. You're already network marketing. And when you look at the companies that have been built off of not only the 43 companies that have reached the billion in sales, but the hundreds of companies that have broke the 100 million mark. And then you look at the online marketing space, e-commerce, right? You're all online. You're all wasting time surfing the internet, surfing Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And every one of those companies here in the US, for example, You never see a Netflix commercial on regular TV. You never see a Facebook commercial on regular. You don't see Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. You don't see eBay. You do see Amazon now a little bit, but those entire companies were built off a friend sharing with a friend a platform, a purpose, a place. And meanwhile, those companies and their investors get extremely rich because people like you and me shared the information, and we didn't get paid to do that. We didn't get paid for introducing our friends to communicate on Facebook. So if you're not plugged into the e-commerce model of a world network, world potential income, the people in Africa right now really need to understand you have the first mover advantage, 6.5 million. We've already laid the track, the train's running down it, and either you jump on and go after it, or you're going to watch it go by, because right now you could call 20 people and everybody you call hasn't heard of it. A year from today, when you call 20 people, there's going to be 2 or 4 people that already heard about it. And they may be in already building when you make that call. And if you haven't made that call now, you're missing the opportunity, because we're opening the entire EU right now. There's 5 countries open there. There's going to be another 20. Kenya, Rwanda is around the corner. Who do you know in Botswana? I know you know people there. How about Uganda, Zambia, Mozambique, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria? Your timing of being first is massive. And from a corporate standpoint, Nigeria specifically, we're working on a way to pay with Naira and receive commissions. I'm not going to get into the details of it. We are working on having a meeting space room in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. And we're looking for leaders that when we secure these rooms, that have the ability to bring people to that room, to call and schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday, to use 2 hours to build. And we understand that market needs to be on the ground. Same with Uganda. We just secured an office. Now, we don't have an office in Mozambique. We don't have an office in Zambia. We don't have an office in Ghana or South Africa. We got country managers and we got product delivery systems, but those markets are rolling right now without an office. So if you know people in those markets and you haven't contacted them, buckle up, because if you don't, someone else will. And all we can encourage you is to become the leader of your team. Go out and go after it. Claim being the founding distributor, because anybody joining over the next 6 months is, and the only determining factor is how bad you want it and what are you willing to do to get there. And I can tell you from the team support, these Zooms, the people that are presenting here today, they got this dialed in. All you got to do is plug people in and follow up. Sorry, my voice is out. It's been a long week, but I'm going to hand it back to you. Nice job, Mitch, Jason, everybody speaking today. Thank you.
All right. Hey, thanks, Mr. Renz. Appreciate you being here. I didn't mention, but Mike made double diamond in 28 days. Okay, now these ranks, diamonds, sapphire, ruby, grand poobah, all these different things, they don't make sense to you right now, and that's okay. That's okay. They don't need to, but let's just say that's a pretty big accomplishment. So why is it important to start in the beginning? Okay, today is the beginning. You're that pioneer, but it's also important to make a quick decision. I mean, we've got people that have been joining these Zooms weekly for months that are still not working or still not doing anything or still not even joined. How long are you going to look? The team's growing, right? So what happens is people, may enroll other people underneath you, either your people or somebody that is part of the team up above you may enroll some people underneath you, and you can count that business towards your business and make those residual commissions. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm just saying, if your sponsor, whoever brought it in, is with a team that's on the roll like we are, it could happen. It could happen. So don't sit around looking at this forever. I mean, deciding what you're going to do. Some of you are not even active in the system. You got to get active in the system to get paid. Plus, you got to have a little bit of product. That's what I'm going to talk about here, the Africa product packs. In all the countries, basically, there's a $100 pack, a $200 pack, and a $400. Does that make sense? That's basically it. What's in the packs is going to be different depending on your country, but essentially it's enough product to get you started. Can you start with $100 worth of product that you can sell at a profit, make money, and get your business started? If you do it right, you can have all that product spoken for before it even shows up at your door, right? So you determine where it's most comfortable for you, or where you, but I would stretch, I would get as much product as you can. So essentially it's a 99 or 100, 200, $300 or $400 decision, if you will. This is called the Freedom Builder Gold Pack. Okay, what that means is it gives you the ability, if you build and you put a team down there and so on, gives you the ability to get paid as a gold, which is a little bit more money for you initially if you do it this way. But it also gives you quite a little bit of product to get started with. You get 22 of these 5-tank trials. You get 12 mini moto vials, these right here with the mini motos for the smaller engines, tuk-tuks and generators and all that. You get 50 empty mini 5 vials. What that means is you get these little empty vials that you can use. You could sell it for $5, right? You could sell it for whatever, get some product in people's hands for people to try the product and so on. You can give it away if you want. I don't give away free samples. We don't get free samples, but think about this. Why is it the product comes in a 5-tank trial? It's because it could take a few tanks for it to work most effectively. So people don't expect to throw one in there. I mean, you might get lucky like Jason and be one of those guys that it worked immediately. But for me, it was, 3rd or 4th tank before I started seeing the gains. I love this quote before I close this out. Somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it. Say yes, learn how to do it later. That's a quote from one of the richest people in the world, Richard Branson. What do you got to do to get started? Well, you got to get the link from your friend. All right. Don't just go online, find a link, and then go that route. Don't do that. Get the link from your friend because it's coded to them so that, you could be on the right team. Get the link, select your country. Very important to select the proper country so you see the right products. Select join, enter your information, select your product pack. By the way, remember I mentioned it's $10 for the business. Okay, $10, and that's $30 a year after that. So select your product, set up your auto ship. Very important. Get a little product. Nigeria, the auto ship, smallest auto ship you can get is $39. I would hope you would do more than that, but for $39, you can keep your position active and qualified. All right, so set up your auto ship, enter your payment information, figure it out. There's different methods, different ways you can get paid, or you can pay credit card, debit cards in most countries, except for Nigeria. They make it tough for now. And then crypto. There's a way to pay with crypto. You could figure that out. It doesn't really matter, though. Figure it out. I don't care what you got to do. If you got to go to the bank and get open a US dollar account to do it, convert some money over, even though it's not an advantageous exchange rate, it doesn't matter. You get paid in US dollars and it works to your benefit when you get paid. It might cost you a little more to get started. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So this is an amazing business. You can get all of a whole slide deck if you want. Go through it at discovermpg.com right there. Point, click, share. Basically, you have all the information at your fingertips. We have all kinds of resources for you. We got, Zooms, obviously. We'll continue the Zooms as long as necessary. We've got company calls, call recordings, live events. You see what we're doing. If you're I'm just going to mention this. You see what we're doing, right? We're doing Zoom meetings, right? There's meetings happening, whether it's in a coffee shop or in an office or whatever. And you say, well, what do I do? I'm the only one here. It doesn't matter. Do a meeting. Start a call, conference call on WhatsApp. Invite people to your house. Don't wait for the office in Lagos to open. There's a bunch of you on here that have been waiting for the office in Lagos to open. Guess what? It's going to open with or without you. Might as well get a jump on it and be the top person in Nigeria or wherever, right? What's our job? Spread the word. That's our job right there. I came across this earlier and I was like, man, that slide right there, that would be a good slide. Because if you're convicted, let's say you're a person of faith, right? I don't know what your beliefs are, but let's say you're convicted and you're a person of faith, and you're out there doing what? You're telling people about, right, a better way. You're telling people about something that could benefit them, and people get very excited about that. And they talk to everybody. It's the same thing. Same thing. You'll do that here, boy. I'll tell you what. The sky is the limit. Again, it's a real business with real people. For $30 US, you can get yourself started in business. You know, where do you see yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, A, B, or C, whatever? That's, I don't know. You know, maybe you just want to be a distributor, get some products, sell it, make money. You can do that. Retail, you know, be a retail specialist or whatever. Maybe you want to be a distributor and build a team all around the world and, you know, have more money in the bank when you wake up than when you went to bed. Anybody want to do that? I'm all in on that one, you know. And maybe you just want to be a customer, you know, and that's okay. I say I mean, our customers are very, very important to us, because without customers, without people using the product, we would have no business. But I will tell you this, once you figure out what we got here, you're going to want to be in business. So get back to the person that invited you here. Tell them where you stand, you're ready to get started. Thank you. Thank them for inviting them. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. But again, get back to the person that invited you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. Take care and God bless.